Hey guys!
Welcome to another speed painting with Viktoria. Yay!
Yes, and this time I'm sitting in our new office kind of room and sitting in the, what do you call it?
Windowsill?
Yes, exactly. And looking out, we have like this, like the view of...
There's like a small town square.
Yeah, exactly.
From that you can see from our apartment. It's not very big because it's a very small town, but it's kind of cozy. It's a nice view.
Yeah, and the building I'm working on, well, not right now, but there in the middle is the old museum.
Yeah.
But it's not really there anymore, so now it's just more like an exhibition place for actually our school most of the time.
I don't know if our school is taken over or what's happening to the building right now, but it's at least no longer a museum.
Yeah, and then there's a restaurant nearby that has like what do you call it,
parasol, like a small sitting area outside where you can sit in the sun and just relax and get your food. It's like a food chain we have here in Denmark.
Yeah.
Mainly known for their beef and spare ribs and stuff like that. They have a cool salad bar too, but yeah, it's kind of expensive.
Exactly.
Like restaurants are.
Yeah. So this drawing is more of like urban sketching kind of type, even though I'm not outside, I'm sitting inside. And I'm also erasing a lot of the parts leaving out the parts that aren't really there. Like there's some sculptures and some stuff in the town square that I decided not to have because I didn't really want to. And I also messed up the perspective quite a bit, especially in where the sitting area for the restaurant and stuff are. But otherwise, I'm actually feeling okay with it. So I decided to actually choose, instead of like the normal pencil brush pen to line stuff, I'm using an ink wash, also from Pentel. So it's just a dark gray line instead of like real black, like an intense black. And I think that was a really nice choice, actually. It looks really, it makes it look softer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes, if you can see on the right, sometimes there's birds, like shadows of birds running around, I think. But yeah, I think I would definitely try some more light gray, dark gray line art.
It does seem to give a nice effect to it, I must admit.
Yeah. The only thing is this one ran a bit dry sometimes, so I had to remember to squeeze it, and then it became too dark and too wet. So I have to just play around with it. But I think it was really, actually really nice to work with.
And it also gives like good opportunity both if you want to go dark and if you want to go light, to have like some sort of middle zone.
Yeah, exactly. And it was because originally when I looked at the trees that I started making, because there's shadows underneath and I didn't want them to make them pitch black. So that's why I chose to make it all gray. And when I look at it, I actually think that it is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But on this, like in this recording, it kind of looks black. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's also just a general lighting thing. It's also the darkest that is on the paper right now.
True.
Because you also need to remember when you're working with colors that the color is also created by the color surrounding, you know? So if it's only white and you have something that's just a tiny bit gray, then it'll seem a lot more dark than if you put it next to something that's black, for instance.
Exactly.
You know the good old illusion with the chessboard, where there's something in the middle and it creates like a shadow, and you're like, how dark is this piece? And it's actually as dark as like the black one in the sun, but because it's in the shadow, it seems to be way more light.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I definitely messed up a few of these buildings, but if you don't know how it actually looks, then it looks like this. Let's just say that.
I think it's working great. I mean, I can recognize the square, no problem at all.
Yeah. And I don't know, but I really like how I made the buildings. Like, they do have some sort of perspective, because I'm not the best with perspective, but it's also a bit loose, so...
Yeah, I like the loose quality of it.
Yeah, me too.
That's one of the things I really like about urban sketching, when you can see that it's a non-perfect sketch, you know?
Yeah, exactly, me too, but I think it's so hard to make, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, you have to find the right amount of looseness, I feel like.
Yeah.
If you're like, you have to, you know, you have to think about making it imperfect, if that makes sense. But since I'm not very good with perspective, maybe it's just that, you know.
But also, if you go too wonky on the perspective and decide to go to like out of what it actually looks like, away from what it actually looks like, it ends up looking...
Oh, here I forgot to turn on the camera, so that's why I jumped a bit, sorry.
Because then it ends up with you not being able to draw in the different details of the different things, because you've completely messed up where the things were supposed to be.
True. And also, I mean, you can take some liberties on perspective, I feel like, but you also need something that looks kind of resembling.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I did manage to maybe show a bit like the road at the houses, that it's actually sloping down.
Yeah.
It is.
It is sloping down. It's a hard perspective to make.
Yeah, exactly. And this is my little watercolor thing that we made.
Yeah. It's a homemade.
Yeah, and I need some better quality paints, I think, because these are so dry. I think actually I take a break at some point to spray them. Yeah, I think I did here. You can actually see the red one is shinier because I sprayed them. Because these are so dry when they first. But yeah, I think I ended up. Well, obviously because it is a cityscape, it ends up getting very gray. So, I mean, that's a bit of a shame, I think.
Yeah.
But the buildings on the left, I did end up making a bit too gray, because they do have a more bluish gray color, I think.
Yeah, but it's also, the whole thing is also dependent on light, because it is, as you say, the cityscape in itself has a lot of gray tones and a lot of dark tones and a lot of black and white to it. True.
And it was more close to the evening, actually, when I drew this. So it did become like, you can also see the museum when I'm drawing that later on. I choose to make, because the building is white, but because of the light I put like blue colors in there. Yeah. So because the light is blue. But yeah, here I would have wanted maybe to put a bit more blue into that building, the one I'm painting right now. And especially because at the end I have no idea what to do with like the square in the middle, so it just becomes gray on gray, and that was pretty sad, actually. But like here you see it's just gray. Yeah. Grayness all over the place. But yeah, I mean, in reality it is just gray, but...
It is very gray. But I mean, as you say, it really depends on the light, because when you look at it right now, it almost looks kind of brownish.
Yeah.
So it has a lot to do when you see the whole thing and like the light of everything. It makes a big difference.
Yeah, true. But, oh well.
I think overall it turned out to be a really nice piece.
Yeah, I think I like it. At least I really like the buildings and the tree. And then as we go down the page, it's like, it kind of loses it. But I think it's also a matter of details on the...
And now you see like the actual square.
Yeah.
How it looks. But I mean, I hope you like this video. And please like and comment and tell us what you think.
And subscribe for more.
Woohoo! Yeah.
So yeah.
And we'll see you guys later.
Yeah. Bye.
Okay, bye.